Pretty weird.
T3 Media.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of We Got Your Vote. This is the part of the show where we take all of the voter questions that I post on the community tab or on Twitter sometimes or on TikTok and get you guys to express what you think about it. Are you voting yes or no, or whatever the options are and all that stuff we run down, and we just give the results on the show. So normally I'm usually here with Amy, but we did not film it because we just ran out of time and it was just too much to do in one day. I was getting extra tired, so I begged Joy to help me out. She's like, no, you didn't. And she agreed, said yes. She's like, fine, I'll save the show again. And so she's back. So thanks a lot, babe, for helping me out. All right, so we got a couple of questions that have been answered by you guys. So let's run them down. What's the first one that we have?
Number one, we've got Mortal Kombat does not have Johnny Cage in the upcoming film. What does this mean? And 69% of people responded feeling that he'll be in the post-credit, then the sequel. 31% felt he'll definitely be in the sequel, if not post-credit.
69. You knew I was gonna do it. I had to. I agree. If I was voting, I would say that because Johnny Cage was one of the best things about the original 90s Mortal Kombat movie. I think he punched one of the bad guys in the balls, just like he does in the video game. That was one of his super moves. Johnny Cage is also, if I'm not mistaken, was he based on, I think he was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme, if I'm not mistaken. And he was supposed to model for that character, but he refused. I think he wanted more money, or maybe he wanted to be the star or something like that, but it was based on him, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong about that, put it in the box below. Like, no, he's based on this other guy. Maybe he's based on Nicolas Cage. Who knows? But I doubt it. Did you ever see any of the old Mortal Kombat movies? The first one?
I have a very long time ago.
You loved it, huh?
I don't even remember.
Remember it? No. And this was coming out in March, I think, on HBO Max. But yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna. I think if they're going to have him anywhere, it's gonna be. I'm thinking a post-credit scene. Maybe it'll be something like he'll be getting his invitation next for the next movie or something like that at the very end. Or maybe he'll be bitching about why he didn't get an invitation to this one. Or maybe it'll be because he got drunk and he missed his invitation. I don't know. That'll be funny. I don't know. But you guys can speculate on that one and we'll figure out. All right, what's the next one?
Number two, Deadline just reported that Sasha Calle has been cast as the DCEU Supergirl in the upcoming Flash movie. What are your first impressions or knowledge of this actor? 36% of people said she is likely a great fit based on the script they have. 31% went with not going to make the same assumptions that were made about Ledger as Joker. 19%, I had another actress in mind, but I'll give it a chance. And 14% with, I don't care what the script is, I wanted someone else.
It was funny because in the comments section, somebody who contributes a lot, or used to contribute a lot to the channel, and it's been like that since like last summer, if I remember. I love it whenever I have subscribers or viewers who don't always agree. We can disagree on a lot of things, but and this person was no exception. I'm not gonna say the name, but I got a message out of the blue. And I guess maybe it wasn't out of the blue because he was writing some novels lately in the comment section. But I was used to it. I'm like, it's fine. And give me your opinion. I want you all to share your opinion. I don't have to. If I agree, great. If I don't, great. As long as it's civil. But for this was the breaking point. I'm no longer going to support, this channel because he felt like all the options were leaning to the same conclusion, like as if I have an agenda to support this actress. Like, I don't know this actress. I don't care. I just feel like let's be clear. She's taking a small role in the Flash movie, which is probably going to be like a little bitty 5-minute scene anyway, if that. and everybody is griping about how she's Latino and a brunette, and that Supergirl is blonde, and everything's changed. Oh my God! You might as well. What am I seeing again? You might as well cast Tom Hanks as Martin Luther King, or something like that. That's all you get. That's all you're hearing from some people. They just want to just hate on her, just whatever easy reason. I want my characters to stay the way they've been for the past 50 plus years. You know, back when there were only opportunities given to a few people. So that's fair. That's fine. That's fine if you want. But I literally had that on the option. Like the last two, I had another actress in mind, but I'll give them a chance. That's a fair thing to think. Or I don't care what the script says. I want somebody else. And I was accused of only representing the support her route. Literally, there's only 4 options there, and 2 of them leaned away from her. And the last one was, I felt like it was one of those strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree. I felt like I did that. But one person really thought that this is an agenda for Latina Supergirls, and I'm not okay with that. Did you ever watch the original Supergirl movie? Mm-hmm. What do you think about? What do you think about a brunette Supergirl?
I don't care.
One of the comments that I got straight up was, but Supergirl's not Latino, and my response was, well, Superman's not British, but Henry Cavill. I mean, so it doesn't matter. Here's my theory: when Supergirl is using her secret identity and dressing up like a regular, teenage girl. Her hair is brown. She wears a wig. Maybe that's why they didn't care what color her hair was, because they can always dye her hair when she's Supergirl and then let her have her natural hair color when she's not Supergirl, Carol Danvers, or whatever the secret identity is. Or maybe there'll be a wig both times. We don't know. Because she might shave her head for another role that she might get. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I feel like she probably crushed it. And that's why she got the role. Like I said, I'm not going to make the same mistake we all made with Heath Ledger. He's nothing. He's not going to be as good as Jack Nicholson and all that. And then now everybody pretends like they were all 100% behind him when y'all were not. And Ben Affleck. When y'all were not. All right. So that's how I feel. What's the next one?
What do you guys think of this DCEU version of Supergirl is not a blonde?
Ooh.
45% went with who cares? We're getting Michael Keaton as Batman. 18% fans will hate it. A matching 18% of people felt like it will probably be one of many problems. And 19% said fans just won't care.
Yeah. I felt like that was another even-handed one. This was really just like a 2-day story anyway, earlier in this week. So I honestly feel like people just have to get their keyboard warrior trolling out of the way real quick for 48 hours. Then they're going to see a trailer. Then they're going to, then a good chunk of those people that don't like the idea of it will then switch and be like, oh, I was behind it the whole time. And the other half will double down. If this girl flubs one line, I will boycott this whole movie. Even though this is not a Supergirl movie. And the chances of there being a Supergirl movie, probably, it might happen. But I think it would be based on how she's received in this movie. This is like a litmus test. They're just testing the waters. She's got maybe a sliver of a scene. But what do you think? Do you think people are mostly online? They're fair for the most part. They're reasonable.
People don't like change for whatever reason. I don't care. If she's a good actress, then cool.
Nobody wants to take the chance, the time out of their day to Google anything from what was it, The Young and the Restless? I think that she's on. They're not gonna check. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm gonna boycott this movie. No, you're not. Y'all all talk all that noise. She's not in it. I'm gonna boycott it. No, you're not. You're gonna watch it. And you're gonna pretend like you didn't watch it.
Even if they picked a blonde, they'd still been mad at whoever.
She's not blonde enough. That's strawberry blonde. That's dirty blonde. Supergirl is supposed to be yellow. You just want yellow, just straight up yellow, gold. Like her hair is a symbol of her strength. Okay, well, what about Superman?
I said his hair's dark.
He's a brunette, and they're cousins. Maybe it makes sense that she's. Well, I don't know. Her mom was blonde, I think so. I think that's why Supergirl is blonde. I don't care. What's the next one?
If Mephisto is the big bad by the end of WandaVision, how will they handle it for the audience in China if they won't allow themes that mention the devil? 62% said it will have an alternate version. 38% said it won't air in China.
This is probably one of the reasons why it's not Mephisto. If I've been reading that any devil themes, they don't play that over there in China. So, and just like the NBA, they're not gonna if they're getting a big chunk of money out of there, they're not going to mess with that moving forward. So even if it is Mephisto, they might call him something else. They might pull what are these other names you're hearing? Nightmare and all. They might go with him, or they might go with Mephisto, or they might go with both. Pull a little bit from a design from here, a design from there. And he's maybe a little bit mix of both, and just not call him Mephisto. They might, because if Disney feels like they're going to lose a big chunk of their money, they're not going to do that. Even if the story would benefit perfectly for that. So would they sacrifice that audience? I don't know. I doubt it. If it meant a better story, I would be ballsy if they did, but I don't know. Money talks. They're like, nah, it is Mephisto, but we're gonna call him Bob. That's what I feel like they're gonna do.
They'll just dub it in.
Bob. I'm Bob. It was Bob all along. All right, what's the next one?
There are growing demands to replace Amber Heard with Emilia Clarke in Aquaman. She has become a distraction as of late, but odds are Amber Heard will remain in the film. What actresses would you consider for the role of Mera in Aquaman 2? 66% agreed and said Emilia Clarke.
Game of Thrones.
20% Blake Lively. 7% Alicia Vikander. 6% Ana de Armas, and 1% Zoe
Duche? Let's just Dutch. Let's just go with that. Emilia Clarke was the fan favorite. That's what who everybody is pushing for.
Well, we've already seen her be a strong superhero type,
supernatural type of a powerful woman,
so.
And all that. So it's just fresh in people's mind. I guess she just could pull off the look. I think it's more just about being anti Amber Heard than anything else. Honestly, that's probably why everybody at least got one vote, because they would just rather. A lot of people just do not want. But no, I saw in the comment section somebody's like, just keep it as Amber Heard. I personally don't care. I can understand if Warner Brothers, because that whole drama between her and Johnny Depp, and the thing that kind of refueled it was the fact that Warner Brothers, they both were working for Warner Brothers, with Fantastic Beasts and then with Aquaman. So they're both under the Warner Brothers camp. But they stripped all of Johnny Depp's movies away from him and not hers. And they've been asking, and they are both obviously have been toxic towards each other in that relationship. Both, in my opinion, are guilty of it. So if they want to be squeaky clean about it, or they should have either done nothing to both of them or pulled them both off of their projects. That's the way I see it. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's music and not acting, but we left Chris Brown alone.
I mean, but he wasn't given that many movie roles afterwards.
No, I'm not talking about movies. His music, it's not like they pulled all his music off of the air. or all of his sponsorships disappeared or his whatever. He continued to make music, and people continued to listen and go to concerts. And
it was ironic. I wasn't a Chris Brown fan before the scandal, and right when the scandal started, I listened to that Graffiti album, and I love that album, and I became a fan of that album. But yeah, I mean, I've never bought or supported him in any other way. But that album, for some reason, so yeah, I feel like after a while, you know, that people. But nowadays, but if Chris Brown was in a MCU franchise, oh man, because you mix that domestic violence and then in comic book movies, no, it's a Reddit nightmare war waiting to happen. That Alicia Vikander, that's Tomb Raider actress. That's who. I mean, I could honestly, all of these ladies are fine actresses and are fine picks for the role. They've all improved. There's some I've seen in things and others. Anna, what is it? Anna de Armas? I can't remember. That's Ben Affleck. Is he dating Ben Affleck, or did they break up? They broke up. But Knives Out, the actress from was she the caretaker, or was she the sister of the caretaker?
The caretaker.
Okay. And I love that movie. So I mean, all of these picks honestly would be good. I don't think I know Zoe. I don't even know how to say the name right. Zoe Dutch. It'll probably Zoe Frances Thomas Dutch is an American actress and producer, daughter of Howard Dutch.
It says she's a politician.
I don't recognize her.
Yeah.
The Politician. I've probably seen her in some things. I just can't. Before I Fall, Why Him? I saw bits and pieces of Why Him. Double Tap. I still haven't gotten a chance to see Zombieland Double Tap yet. So she's just been in a whole bunch of things that I just have not. Have seen. I know of, but I just have not seen. Vampire Academies. Probably not gonna watch that. That's probably why she wasn't voted as high. All right, what's the next one? Let's see if I can get to the next one. Let's see.
Should Netflix adopt a new streaming system where they release each episode on a weekly basis? Which set of options do you agree with most? 68% went with binge all at once is better. 14% said season 1's a binge. If the show is a success, then season 2 is weekly. 13% went with traditional weekly episodes are better. And 6% went with shows that Netflix believe would be a hit should be weekly.
People would be upset with putting that in the hands of the powers that be. We think that you guys will like to watch this weekly, but they already do that now. There's some shows on Netflix that are weekly, and some shows that the 98% of them are just binge. Is it Hassan Minhaj? His show is weekly. Like the talk show type of shows, they do it weekly. For it.
Well, I mean, Amazon did it with The Boys.
Amazon did it with The Boys. They released the first 3 episodes, I think, when it first started, and then they decided to just make it a weekly thing. My opinion is shared with a lot of people who came up with traditional TV. It's just a fact. I mean, you might be for whatever selfish reason because you're just used to it. This is the age of binging now. Just give me let me binge it, and I'll just absorb it, and I'll still love it, and I'll watch season 2. That's fine. But the fact is, shows that are weekly, good shows that are given to us on a weekly basis, they build, and it's the chances of them pulling in newer fans are higher, because if people are constantly talking about, oh my God, what's going to happen with Wanda next week and Vision next week, and oh my God, and then these people who are never going to watch it in the first place are like, damn, everybody's freaking talking about this. Let me just watch it because it's still ongoing. I haven't missed it yet. It's just on episode 3. I can catch up. But a show that's binged, like every episode of the season comes out, people will be like, I might watch it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. And if they don't, after a while, it might take them a while to get on board.
I mean, binging is cool, but I don't always have time to sit and watch 10 hours or, if it's, of stuff all at one time. And on top of that, especially with Netflix shows, people watch them in one day, and it's like, the next season's not coming out for like 2 years.
Yeah, that sucks.
And if you drag it out a little bit where it's a weekly thing, at least it took you a couple of months to watch it.
Yeah.
Whereas you watch it all in one day, it's like, all right, that was that. You're not going to get another one for a long time.
And the traditional format, they stretch it out. I mean, you get a mid break.
Summer or
yeah, you're off for 3 months, and then the next season starts. They stretch it out, and they give you that drip by drip by drip, and you're constantly talking about it. I mean, imagine if you wouldn't binge watch the Buccaneers season of football in one city. There's some super fans that would watch all those games all over again. Yeah, it's crazy. That's fine. But you wouldn't. If you missed one game, you're probably going to just take the stats and move on to the next game. But there's a reason why there's a season. It builds. I know that's a bad example. I'm always using sports examples for these things because, of course, obviously they can't play every game in one day, obviously. But it still builds the excitement. Hey, we only have a couple of losses in this season, but we can win a couple more. And we can still make it to the playoffs. It's a mystery. It's exciting. Oh my God, we can still. Oh, is Wanda gonna do this? And is she gonna make it to the Super Bowl? Is Vision gonna make it to the Super Bowl? And it's exciting. That's why that formula has always worked. And whether you admit it or not, yeah, this generation. I always say never underestimate the laziness of the average human being today, especially today. People want things binged. People now have the attention spans of gnats, and they want their things and they want it now. I get that, and I'm like that too with some things. But what do we always say when we finish the show? Every time we finish, whether it was House of Cards, whether it was The Punisher or Daredevil or whatever the show was, or Stranger Things, whatever the show was, the second we finish the last episode, we go, oh, now we gotta wait a year and a half, 2 years for the next new episode. That's just versus WandaVision is already started in January, and it's already the end of February, and we're still talking about it, and we still don't know what the hell's gonna happen. It's just better. It stretches it out, and you have a shorter wait for season 2. It's better. So basically, I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm saying you're dead wrong. What's the next one?
Marvel Studios not bringing Big Hero 6 to the MCU after all. Is this a mistake? 74% no, it does not make sense for them to join the MCU. And 26% said yes, it is a mistake, they would fit.
Imagine seeing that big ass robot with a kid on his back flying on Big Hero 6 and all those guys chopping it up with Iron Man and Spider-Man and all that. That would have been, I'm sorry, for me, that's why I would have seen it. The only reason why there is a connection is because Stan Lee did a cameo at the end of that cartoon, and it turns out he was the father of one of those characters. It was probably just a gag or whatever. Maybe it was in the original story or whatever, or maybe it was a gag that they did just because it was produced by Disney. But it was a gag that worked. And if they made a live adaptation of it, if Stan was still alive, I would have loved to have seen that. Because he did voice it. So he is the son of. So if they do a sequel, I guess I don't know if they're gonna. If they do a sequel to that, which I hope they do, I'm gonna assume that character, his dad's gonna probably pass since Stan is gone, and lead and go on from there. But bringing them into the MCU, I'm not saying make it a live adaptation and have them chopping it up with Captain America, but at least have it in the same universe where we could maybe an animation, maybe some of those characters from Marvel can jump into that cartoon, the next movie. I would be okay with that. But the majority of you guys are like, no way, why? I'm like, because it would be awesome. That's fine. You've seen it. You saw the movie playing in the background, but you didn't really see that much of Big Hero 6, right? With the kids. I watched that movie. Now, I pretend like the kids are watching it, but I wasn't really watching it. For a while, the kids were watching it like crazy. But I'd be okay with it. All right, what's the last one?
From what you've heard or known about the TikTok app guidance violation policies, do you believe they ban accounts fairly? 44% said yes, they have legit reasons for banning. They don't have to tell why. 33% said yes, they may have a legit reason, but they need to prove the violation. 0 said no, they don't ban fairly and no one really knows why. And 22% said no, they don't ban fairly and it's for corrupt/political reasons.
Yeah, that's why I'm not surprised that third one was 0. They're like, oh no, we know why. They know why. It's because the left owns and operates, or it's China or whatever, or it's the conservatives, or it's the hippies. It's like they always feel like they know why. Honestly, I'm with the part that says that they need to, I'm with the 33% that says they need to prove why, because I feel like they're all over the place. There were some TikTokers that were banned permanently. We were just talking about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that are banned permanently from live streaming, or people that are banned like the way Trump was banned, or people that are just not banned from live streaming or not banned from posting, but not eligible to make money off of it. They're cut off from that money bag, is what I think it's called. And they'll say, like, there's this one person, I forgot her name is Emily something. I don't know if I should pull up TikTok, but it's gonna pull the sounds up on things. But it was Emily. Let's see if it's Emily, and I'm Emily L. No, it's Emily Leones, Lyoness. It happened to her, and we were talking about this earlier in the show about how this vegan teacher or person was also blocked for what she said about another TikToker or YouTuber who's 16. So and then there was an update to that I found today. The 16-year-old was blocked from TikTok today. I'm like, what the hell did he do? And people were like, maybe it's because of that video that she was blocked for. They probably assumed because the videos were stitched together and linked because of her, the vegan lady, they blocked him too. He had 4 million followers. And when you get to a certain level, you're making some serious money from TikTok. People get to like 100,000 and they can make some good money from just posting a video. And I just don't see the consistency. If it was constantly like they're pulling off conservatives, or they're pulling off people who are political all the time, and all that, then I would kind of understand it. Okay, they're just being political. But I see political TikTok accounts all the time. Nothing's happening. And some of them say some crazy stuff, left and right. Some of them say some crazy stuff. Nothing happens to them. They're still making their money. So then I'm assuming, is it because fans or haters or trolls, or maybe people who are genuinely insulted, like the vegan teacher lady, they hit that button like this person needs to come off? Now I'm thinking it's a little bit of all of it. I'm with that 33%. I think that the owners, the U.S. department, China department where it was created in, I think there's a group of people who control it, and maybe they talk to the board and directors, and there's some of them, they're just like, we don't like this person, and we don't want them to make money off of us, or we don't feel like this, because my point was the number one TikToker right now is with Charlie. How do you say her name? D'Amelio. She's the number one TikToker in the world right now, over 100 million followers. You cannot convince me that a percentage of those followers are her haters. When you are that popular, you will bring in your haters. And even if it's 1%, that 1% of her haters is gotta be stronger than like 50% of some of these other accounts that are getting taken down of their haters are attacking them. She has too many followers for them all to just love her. It's just not possible. People are getting on her account for the wrong reason. So if they're not taking her account down, because now what did I say? I feel like maybe Charlie has cracked the TikTok code. She knows how to do it. She has Black Lives Matter as her profile picture. All she does is dance. She doesn't really say much. She just rips off other people's talents, like the Renegade Girl. The Renegade Girl comes up with this dance. She took it, maybe got 100,000 million followers from it. She gave the girl credit. She had her on her channel. I get it. But you're still making money off of other people's music and other people's talent, and you're just dancing in front of it. She's not doing anything special. They're not, but there's other TikTok content creators that are creating things, and whether that's dances, songs, or opinions, like whether it's political or whatever, they're fighting for stuff and all that. They're content creators, and they're getting blocked left and right. And you cannot convince me that Charlie doesn't have more haters than all that. Not because she deserves it, but because that's how people are. She's got to have a bunch of people attacking her constantly. Look what happened with her when she had that little scandal with the chef and all that. Oh, people came after her hard. You cannot convince me that they didn't hit that dislike button or spam or she's harassing or she's a this or she's a that. You can't convince me that a bunch of people didn't hit that button on her, and that number of amount of hate that she got on that wasn't more than some of these other people that are getting blocked and banned. Perez Hilton, he knows his history. He knows that he's been a little asshole, now he's trying to stop doing it. He doesn't want to do that anymore. Is what I can tell. But he got blocked, probably for something he said in the past. And he came on Twitter crying, please. No. This dude probably already has $1 million, but he wants that TikTok money. Obviously, this TikTok money is something big. I'm not making it yet. I wish I was. But it seems like you can easily get taken off of TikTok. Now, speaking of TikTok, side note, I'm trying to get this woman to really put her content on TikTok. Because Joyce does hats, nurse hats. She sews hats and masks. You know, medical supplies, for nurses and stuff. And hats by Joy. What is it? Caps and hats? Scrub caps. By Joy. Go check it out. But I said all along, you're a nurse. You're funny. You always got something to say, whether I want to hear it or not. And it's always funny. So you should also talk about stuff from some funny stuff, but then give advice and stuff while you're doing. I'm always telling her to do it. I'm putting her on the spot on purpose because she won't listen to me. But if she did it, I'm telling you, it would probably be very popular and blow up because these nurse cliques, they support each other. And I want to get that TikTok money. But she don't listen to me. But I just feel like there was another nurse who had got into a scandal. I don't know if I showed you that woman who did that voiceover for the she was kind of accused of maybe she was making fun of people's symptoms and stuff, and she went through it, but she wasn't banned off of TikTok. I don't remember her name, but I've talked about her on this channel before, but she wasn't banned off TikTok. And people that are getting banned off on TikTok, some of them, it's not as bad as other people who really, they go through scandals, they get hashtagged, cancel culture comes after them, and then nothing happens. But other people, like that Emily person I talked about, she got on her account and was like, I can't believe you are banning me or censoring me, and you allow registered offenders to have accounts. But yet, she never, the things that in her content, she educates and she tells people, she supports a left-leaning agenda. But she got blocked and banned from making money off of TikTok. But yet registered ex-offenders are allowed to be on TikTok. It's not balanced in my opinion. That's just me. I know I ranted on that one for a while. I don't know if you have any examples of any TikTokers that you know that
no, I've seen it, but I don't have their names or anything. Just people that were making new videos and that they had stuff pulled down and they didn't know why. And that they weren't given explanations, and they felt very positive they had not done anything controversial or crazy or anything.
They'll get hit with, there was nudity on there. Like, what are you talking about? I'm fully dressed. But you'll let a 15-year-old girl wear a bathing suit and do the dances and
I
stuff.
didn't remember that one girl that you were laughing at me because I laughed at all of her videos. She was trying on all the Kim Kardashian Skims products, and then was sent products from a whole bunch of other lines of shapewear.
Okay.
And she was commenting how it was her and her friend. They were calling it the Shapewear Olympics because they were all trying them on and doing different activities to see if it moved
and breathe.
Yes. Well, she said some of them weren't being published because
they were being blocked.
They felt like
it violated the guidelines.
No, they thought one of the girls in the video was a child.
Oh,
because she's a tiny little person.
But she just looks like
so they
that.
had
But
to
she's
keep
a grown up.
when they were videoing, she's 20-something years old. We swear she's not a little kid.
Yeah.
She's just petite. She's very tiny.
There's something wrong with the way TikTok does it because they have that I'll rarely admit when I'm wrong mentality. This is our final decision. There was a verdict that somebody pushed the appeal button, and less than an hour later, they're like, nope, your appeal's been denied. And that's it. It's like they don't, I don't even think that some people are investigating. Or maybe they are. Or maybe they just don't care because they just don't personally. I'm sorry, this is how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of people in there. That's not just one person. There's a bunch of people that have the power to push that button to censor, block, and ban accounts. And it's because they personally don't like a certain TikToker. I don't think this guy should be making money off of us. Let's block him. Oh, hey, he appealed. I blocked you because of nudity. Oh, there is no nudity on it? Oh, he's actually right. I don't care. You're still... I honestly feel like there's a guy... Or... even worse, there's an algorithm and nobody's double checking if the algorithm is going too far and the AI is malfunctioning. That's even worse. All these appeals are coming because now it's starting to happen to famous people or famous enough people. Perez Hilton, for example. If Charlie, if she's not getting blocked, then I feel like this is a human thing, and it's because they've dubbed her the queen of TikTok, and they need her to keep it.
Some of it just doesn't. I mean, that same girl also said some of her videos didn't get published because they said it was nudity, but
they're wearing clothes.
They're wearing clothes. The shapewear is the color of skin. It's nude in color, but nothing is see-through in it whatsoever. It's actually very thick material and it is very covering.
Yeah.
But then there's other videos you see of people with teeny tiny little bathing suits that are barely covering anything. Those don't get pulled down.
Young girls that are thick are purposely doing videos where they bounce a lot and stuff like that. But then there was another woman. She's a grown woman, and in her TikTok, she's always wearing like a low cut shirt where you can see her cleavage. And she made a video about herself being blocked, but she appealed and won. So there's not consistent. That's the problem. All these theories and conspiracy theories are going to keep coming up because there's no consistency in it. So I don't know. I can talk about this all I want. I don't know if the T3 Media's TikTok will ever gain or grow. We are now able to do live stream. I like TikTok. I was hesitant at first. I like it, but if they're that, I don't want to invest into it. And then if we get 10,000 followers, 20,000 or 1 million. And then it's great. And then all of a sudden, oh, you showed a little too much sleevage on there. You're blocked. And you just had a $1,000 check coming tomorrow too. We stopped that shit in time, didn't we, Chris? I would be so fucking mad. I would accuse him of all kinds of racism. That's what I would do. Even though the majority of this is happening to white people, I would still claim it because I'm petty. And those guys are all in their offices like, whatever, peasant. They don't give a shit. No, I'm petty. All right, guys, that's the show. Appreciate it. We appreciate you always for contributing in the communities tab and sharing your thoughts. and emailing us and letting us talk about what your questions, comments, and concerns are. Like I said, keep sending us questions or send us trending topics that you want us to talk about in the main show, and keep contributing to the voting polls for We Got Your Votes for us to talk about it here on the show. So thank you, babe, for helping me out in this episode. So we're gonna have a lot more of joy on the show. It's gonna get real wild, you know. This one, the seats are gonna get closer and closer. Everything. One of these days, I'm gonna be sitting on her lap, and she's gonna be sitting on this. It's gonna get wild like that. What do you think? But let everybody know again where they can find you if they want to get scrub caps made. If you want people to share that again.
I have a Facebook page and it's called Scrub Caps and More by Joy.
So yeah, if you want scrub caps, if you are in the medical biz or know some people that are, it's a good gift. All right, and it goes to a good cause. To me. So until next time, guys.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.